All right, Shalom, Israel, Shalom, Shalom. You know, first and foremost, want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, which is the name of God, the Father. Bahashem just means in the name of Yahweh Shai, is who the world calls Jesus Christ. Right, so this is gonna be a quick lesson through the Spirit on what's the whole duty of man. You may have brothers and sisters that may have been wondering for a long time, what is my purpose on earth? A lot of people wonder that. A lot of people get asked that. What's your purpose? Like, why are you here? And you have some people say to be the best athlete, to be the best musician, to be the best cook, to be the best coach. And all these different answers we get on why we're here on this earth. What is our job on this earth? We have to remember what the Most High God said. What did the Most High God tell us as being the Israelites? What is our whole duty on this earth? Is it to be to be the best rapper? Is it to be the best construction worker? Is it to be the best doctor? There's nothing wrong with those things, but where should we put our mind to? 110%. Where should we get all our focus to in order to please the Most High? Okay, let's get it. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, so we know that he's talking to the Israelites. What does the Lord thy God require of thee? So we finna see what do the Most High God require of the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which are the biblical Israelites according to the Bible. We finna see what do the Most High God require of us, because we may be doing some things that we think that the Most High God is proud of, but in reality, he's not. He don't care nothing about that. He don't care about you being the best athlete. He don't care about you being the number one quarterback in the country. This is what he cares about. This is what he requires of you, being his chosen people. But to fear the Lord thy God, so he requires you to fear him. Fearing him, I'm gonna keep going. I ain't gonna jump the gun. To walk in all his ways and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good. So he required us, being the Israelites, right? He required us to keep his commandments. And you have a lot of pastors, they tell us that the commandments and the law is done away with, that you don't got to keep that no more. But the Most High God requires us still to keep the commandment. That's your whole duty on this earth. But you got to think, you was created for the Most High God pleasure. You wasn't created for your own pleasure. The Most High God created you for his own pleasure, like you created everything else. He created the trees for his own pleasure. He created the angels for his own pleasure. He created the other nations to be destroyed for his own pleasure. He did every single thing for his own pleasure, right? So we was created to keep these commandments and to fear the Most High God and to love him. How do we love the Most High God? Because a lot of people say, I love the Most High God. How do we show that we love the Most High God according to the Bible that everybody say they love and read? This 1 John 3 and 4. No. I don't want that. Not 1 John, tripping. It's John 14 and 15. He said, if you love me, keep my commandments. So he just said, if you love me, keep my commandments. So that's how you show the Most High God that you love him, by keeping his commandments. That's how you show him. So that's our whole dude. Let me get this verse right here. Yeah, and that's why it's very important to read, to get into the law and see some commandments that you got to keep. That's how you know the commandments that you're supposed to keep. You have to read. You have to get understanding on these commandments. So let me get this verse right here. This is our whole duty on earth. It's simple, man. It's not hard. Our whole duty on this earth living is to keep these commandments, and you will prosper. Keeping the commandments is not a burden. Now you stop living when you keep the commandments. Now you just sad all the time. It's not like that. It shouldn't be like that. Keeping these commandments is a way of life, man. It's order. It keeps us in order as a people. You know? Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. This King Solomon, right? King Solomon was basically telling us some wisdom. The whole Ecclesiastes book, he was getting into wisdom, man. You know, and telling us different things about how things are vanity and things like that. But he said, out of everything he said in the book of Ecclesiastes, this is what, to sum it up, this is what I'm saying. Verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. So King Solomon, the wisest man in the world, is letting you know that's the whole duty of man and woman. To fear the Most High God and to keep his commandments. Because if you fear the Most High God, you would keep his commandments. You would keep his commandments. Because what's wrong with keeping the commandments? Let's see what the Bible says. Let's see what the Bible said about the law that people want to say done away with. Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproof of instruction are the ways of life, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the fluttering of the tongue of a strange woman. So the law is a light, and the commandments. He said the commandments is a lamp, and the law is a light. So why not want to keep the commandments? That's our whole duty on the face of this earth, is to fear the Most High God. And the brothers and sisters back then in ancient times, they knew that. They knew their whole duty, man. They knew that their whole job on this earth was to be obedient to the Most High and keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. So it's nothing new now. The same thing the Lord required of them back then is the same thing he required of us in 2023, is to fear him, to love him, and keep his commandments. That's your whole duty on the face of this earth. If you the best athlete, right? If you the best athlete or the best doctor and you ain't keeping no commandments, the Most High don't care about that. If you getting all this money from the job that you're making and you topping your class, the Most High God do not care about that if you're not keeping his commandments. If you keeping the commandments and then you also is the best doctor, the Most High God bless you with that. He blessing you with that. You keep the commandments, he will bless you with stuff like that. If you're not keeping the commandments, well, let me get that precept. Because some things that people get from not keeping the commandments is counterfeit. It's of Satan. Don't think every blessing, so-called blessing that you get is from the Most High God. If you're doing wickedness and keeping the commandments and you continuing to prosper, the Most High God may be saving you for judgment day, just for you to get cut down at the end. So don't think just because you prospering that everything all sweet and the Most High God cool with what you doing. You breaking the Sabbath day to get money. Now you thinking the Most High God cool with you because nothing ain't happened to you yet. He could be waiting. He could be holding you for that day of judgment for you to fall down in the end. As soon as all hell breaks loose, you might be the first one dead. Let me think. I think I won't. And I think it was Ecclesiastes, Salakia. Bear with me. Salakia just means forgive me. This Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach and the Apocrypha, the books that was taken out the Bible. Envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end. So the Bible said, don't envy no sinner, man. So if you getting riches or getting high rank at your job for breaking the commandments, and you may have a brother that's keeping the commandments and he ain't really getting as much money as that person that's breaking the laws, statutes, and commandments. The Bible said don't envy that person. Because by you keeping the commandments, you doing the whole duty of man. And that other person is not. So he may prosper for a little bit, for a season, then all of a sudden, it ain't going to matter no more. It's going to be gone. So keep these commandments, these laws, statutes, and commandments until death. It don't matter how other people looking over there without keeping the commandments. They may be prospering, driving a BMW with rims on it. Might have a nice job where you get to wear a suit on them high buildings up there. And they ain't keeping no commandments. They ain't pork. They breaking the Sabbath day. They ain't wearing no fringes. They got a bald head, shaved beard. But they ain't making money though. Got all the women. Got 2 or 3 cars. And you driving a broke down Honda. But you got your fringes on. You keeping the Sabbath day. You going to feast days. Hey, don't worry about that, man. Don't worry about that because we understand this right here. We understand this right here. Hold up. What I want. We know this right here. Luke. No, my bad. 12 verse. 12. It's a lie here. I think it's 12. Luke 12:32. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. So we understand that what we're doing is for. We understand that we're doing it for the kingdom of heaven. And yes, it may look good right now. It may because you think about it, David. Let me get this verse right here. David also called himself right envying this the sinners. Let's get that. David called himself at a time envying the sinners, what they had. He had to snap out of that thing, man. This Psalms 73:3. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is, my bad. Verse 73:2. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compassed them about as a chain. Violence covered them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Therefore his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are run out to them. And they say, how does God know, and is there knowledge in the Most High? Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. Verily I cleanse my heart in vain and wash my hands in innocence. For all the day long have I been plagued and chastised every morning. If I say I will speak thus, behold, I should offend against the generation of thy children. When I thought to know this, it was too painful for me. I think that's what I wanted. Right, so David was just showing you how he kind of got envious on looking at the sinners because they had prospering, and it felt like they wasn't really going through what he was going through. Feel like they wasn't really getting chastised. You know, they were just going through every day smooth, and that's how it may seem to brothers and sisters in this truth. We may feel like we're going through hell, and then you look at other brothers and sisters out there in the world living it up. It's like, hold up, man, they feel like they ain't even going through nothing. And then you kind of get envious and be like, man, I want what they got. I don't want to go through this cup no more, man. It's tough, man. Looking at them, they getting money. I don't really get no money. And you kind of start looking at them. But we got to keep our mind on the prize and remember what's our whole duty on the face of this earth is to fear the Most High God, to walk in his laws, statutes, and commandments, and to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments, man. Right? So with that, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. I say shalom. Kwame Yasharala. Keep the commandments of the Most High God, and you will prosper.